Hey guys, what's up? It's Moderns Tech here. Today I bought a iPhone 4 from a kid at my school for $20, and it's iCloud locked, as you can see. And he doesn't know the password, surprise, surprise, which I knew when I was buying it. So yeah, it's got iOS 7 here, and it's actually 32 gigs as well. So it's really so you can see here. I'll plug it into iTunes. It'll pop up saying it's 32 gigabytes. There we go, so iPhone 32 gigabytes. So it is iCloud locked, as you can see there, so I cannot use the iPhone even if I go ahead and set it up and everything. So yeah, unfortunately. So today I'll be showing you guys how to actually bypass that. So we're actually not even going to be using my computer for this. We'll have to be using my laptop because you can see there's nothing we can really do about it. So I'm going to go grab my laptop. The reason why I'm not doing this on my computer is because I have to downgrade my iTunes, and I sync my iPhone with this computer, and my iPhone is a 6, so it's I kind of need the new version of iTunes. So yeah, we'll be right back on my laptop, unfortunately at a lower resolution. Alright guys, we're back here. We're on my laptop, so we have Red Snow open. So you're going to need for this, I'll leave all the download links in the description below, but you're going to need to put iTunes 11.0, like exactly 11.0 on here for this to be able to do this. So we're gonna grab our iPhone 4 here, and so here it is, and we're gonna plug it in. So there you go, it's picking it up. Okay guys, so here we go. We're gonna take our iPhone and we're gonna throw it into DFU mode here. That's the first thing that we're gonna do. And yeah, so this is a neat little trick that I discovered here today, and I actually pretty much went apeshit when I discovered this. Oops, I accidentally pressed the power button. Shit. You can do this with iPhone 4s as long as they're not 8 gigabytes. Well, you can do it with 8 gigabytes. I haven't tried it with an 8 gigabyte one, but the 8 gigabyte ones are too new, and they only can go down to iOS 6. Oh my, okay. I'm having troubles putting it into DFU mode here, guys. Sorry, I'm not really focused that well. I like Red Snow because it tells me what mode it's in. Like, I know how to do this, it's just I'm not really focusing. Okay. There we go, iPhone 4 DFU mode. So we're going to open up iReb here, R7, click iPhone 4. The way I did this is with iOS 5.11, so I think it'll work with iOS 6 too. I know I can downgrade the iPhone 4. I've downgraded them to iOS 4, but it has to be an older model, so the 16 gigabyte black. Yeah. But this will probably work with the iPhone 4 that's white. I have a white one, 8 gigabytes, but I can't iCloud lock it. I put my iCloud account on it and I restored it and it just worked. I don't know why. Oh yeah, so the next thing we're gonna do here actually is not open Red Snow. We're gonna open iTunes Patch and open up that. So if you're having problems opening this, just make sure that you have iTunes 11.0, just like this is. Actually, let's see what this is. Details, version 11.0.163. Sorry about that noise, that's just my gerbils. Gonna hold Shift, restore iPhone. Now download that Geek Grade, iOS 5.11 here. We're gonna load that up here. So it's gonna extract the software. Okay, so at this point you'll notice that you're getting the iOS 5/6 boot up logo, and it says preparing iPhone for restore, so it's still doing its thing. So we're just gonna leave it. Oh, and you'll also get a kind of weird logo there and a little status bar. So yeah, we'll wait for this to be done and I'll be right back. Restoring iPhone software, so it's still just doing its thing, just restoring. So yeah, so this iPhone turned out to be a great purchase for me, since because I knew about this and I was like, hey, I bet you this would remove an iCloud lock, so I figured I might as well try it out. And the first time The first 2 times it didn't work. I even downgraded it down to iOS 4, and it said plug into iTunes, and I plugged it into iTunes, and iTunes is like, nah, you have to enter the password here before we're going to let you set it up. So, yeah, you have to, I'll show you what to do to get it to not do that. Alright, so it's completed here, pretty much. Like, as you can see, the little status bar is done. And we've gotten our message from iTunes saying your iPhone has been restored to factory settings and all that. And you'll notice that, hey, it's on iOS 7 again. So what we're going to do, it's been discovered in recovery mode again. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to close that. Now that that's done, we're going to open up Red Snow here. There we go. Run. I'm going to close that. Oh, actually, we're going to need to reopen it again. So then we're going to, it says recovery mode, so we're going to put it into DFU mode once again. Oh, whoops. I hate how I do this wrong, because I've been doing this since 2008. I should fucking know how to do this by now. Hold it a bit longer and let go. Should be discovered in DFU mode. There we go. So now we're going to go to extras, select IPSW, go down to iOS 5.11, the regular Apple restore, not the Geek Grade one. We're going to click OK, click recovery fix, and it's going to do its thing. And you'll notice it will come up saying, here, let's move this aside. Oh, it should not be going into the into recovery mode. It should not be doing that. I don't know why that is happening here. It happened last time, but it didn't do it at this point in the restore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reopen it again and just do it again here. Put it back into DFU again. Okay, so it's in DFU mode. Again, we're going to click it. We're going to have to try this again here. Click 511, regular Apple restore, click OK, recovery fix. Now it should work properly here. There we go. So now, as you can see, it's uploading the first stage, second stage, waiting for reboot. Screen's turned on, you can't really tell. Downloading jailbreak data. So sometimes, as you can see, it'll go into recovery mode and you'll just have to do it again and it should work. Uploading kernel. Rebooting. It's already rebooted, but there we go, done. So now we're at this stage in it. So as you can see, it's done. Oh, it's turned back on and going into recovery mode again. Keep in mind, you have to close Red Snow. Yeah, you have to reopen it. I don't know why, but it does not work if you do not close and reopen it. So we're going to close. I might need Red Snow again. I don't know. Hopefully I don't. We're going to go back again. It's in a recovery mode on iOS 7 again, as you can see here. We're going to go all the way down here to 511 regular Apple restore. We're going to put the phone back into DFU mode. Sorry about clearing my throat so many times. And then we're going to put it, yeah, like I said, back into DFU. Oh, for God's sakes, I keep fucking this up. How do I not know how to do this? If it does it again, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, it's not. This iPhone's in like immaculate condition. Like, it's so nice for $20 Canadian. well, obviously Canadian. I live in Canada. So we got DFU mode again. We're going to go to just boot tethered, and it's going to do its thing. Let me just open up the Red Snow folder because I will need to do it again. I don't know if I need to do it again, but I'm going to try it again anyway. So uploading second stage. We're waiting for reboot. This only works with iPhone 4, to my knowledge. You guys can try it with other shit, but I didn't even know. So it says done there on Red Snow. And now... Sorry, I was just wiping the screen off. I had a lot of fingerprints on it. So now, as you can see, we're in pineapple mode here, as I like to call it. We've got an iOS, like an old version of iOS's progress slider, I guess you could call it. Yeah, it's too bad that this doesn't work with newer devices, because I got a bunch of iCloud locked 4S's too from a bunch of people, so I wish this would work with that, but unfortunately it doesn't. Then it goes back to pineapple mode. Vibrating. Where's my phone? Like my actual phone. I don't know where it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, we're on the iOS 5 setup screen. I wish this would work with newer devices like the iPhone 6 here. That would be nice. Even with the 4S, it doesn't work. Unfortunately not. But, so, let's just zoom out here a bit. So, you're thinking, oh, that's awesome, iOS 5 now. You gotta unlock it, English, Canada, or wherever you live, enable location services. Then it will say, well, you'll want to connect to Wi-Fi, I suppose. So you're gonna go enter your Wi-Fi password. I don't really care if you guys can see mine, it's the default one that came with my ISP's router, and then because I remembered the number, I bought a new AC router, and I made the same password just because I remember it so well. So activating iPhone. Uh-oh, it's iCloud locked. So here's what you'll do. At this point, I thought this would work, so I really thought it would work that when I first got this iPhone earlier today. And then I got to this screen and I was like, really? It didn't work? That's unfortunate. So we're going to close Red Snow. I don't actually know if you have to close it, but I'm just going to do it anyways because the first, I don't know. But you do have to do it for sure. When I told you to do it the first time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It seems to be that way, but I tried it and it didn't work because I didn't close it. So we're going to turn this off. And keep in mind, this is just a tethered downgrade. So it's not like if you restart the phone, you'll have to plug it in and do just boot again, like from Red Snow. So if you shut off the phone, it reverts back, unfortunately. But yeah, so this is picking it up as iOS 5. It's not saying what phone it is. It just says iPhone iOS 5 or 5.1.1 and 0.412.09, which is the modem firmware. Turn it on here. iOS 7, as you can see. You can tell by the boot logo. We're gonna hold this to put into DFU mode. Red Snow's picking it up as recovery. There you go. Should pick it up as DFU in a second. Okay, so iPhone 4 DFU mode. So, at this point, we're going to click on Extras, select IPSW, go down to iOS 5.11, regular restore from Apple, click OK, go back, and jailbreak, actually. So, you do have to jailbreak it to be able to do this. I don't know why. I think it's just because it skips the activation screen. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't think you have to check. I would assume you'd have to check install Cydia, but you can try it if you want. You can try doing it if you don't want to, or trying it. But I'm gonna do it anyways because I would like to unlock this with Ultra Snow as well, so I can get so much money for this phone. But yeah, so uploading second, uploading third, waiting for reboot. The screen's turned on. You guys can't really tell. Uploading RAM disk, downloading jailbreak data, uploading RAM disk, patching kernel, rebooting, done. So we're there again. Camera stops recording for a second there. I don't know why it would do that. Probably just straight disrespect. But yeah, so it's done. It says it's done. We're just waiting for this part. So we'll be right back when it's done with that. So there we go, moving applications. We're at just the regular jailbreak screen. But yeah, this is an awesome way for a downgrade. If you just, if I had to use an iPhone 4 instead of my regular iPhone 6, I would be very sad because I always roast my friends that have iPhone 4s. Not very many of them do, just 1 or 2. Or 4Ss, I always roast them for having it. But I would be very sad. And, but I definitely would be using iOS 6 on it because I've used an iPhone 4 on iOS 7 and it is honestly just awful. So yeah, this is a great method for that as well. I'm going to make a video on how to downgrade it too, so yeah. So let it just do its thing pretty much here. Activating, rebooting. So if we go back to Red Snow's home page here, it's rebooting and it's putting it back into iOS 7 mode. I'm going to just reopen Red Snow anyways. I accidentally opened Specky here. This thing does have an i7 in it. This laptop looks pretty old, but it has an i7, 8 gigs RAM, and an 80 gig SSD. It did have a 500 gigabyte hard drive as well in the disk drive caddy, but that caddy broke, so it does not have a 500 currently. That's okay though. It's really not. I'm gonna buy a new one, but I keep forgetting. Okay, so we're clicking iOS 5 again in Red Snow, and we're still in the iOS 7 recovery mode. Gonna go and put it into DFU mode again. Okay. Let go of that button. Keep holding home. iPhone 4 DFU mode. There we go. Extras, just boot. Waiting for iPhone 4. So you notice it said activating there when it was jailbreaking, so I'm pretty sure you could do this with iOS 6 as well, but I got this to work with iOS 5. You might be able to do it with 4 as well, but I'm not too sure at the moment. Waiting for reboot, uploading kernel, rebooting. Done. Okay, so there you go. Got a little Apple logo there. Or not an Apple logo, a pineapple logo. That's very low quality. Like, you can tell it wasn't designed for Retina screens, but whatever. It says done there on the screen if you were wondering. We're just gonna let this thing go. I just want to go through this whole process because I don't want anybody saying it's fake. It's not. Just fast forward it a bit through there because it's taking ages. So yeah, it's not fake though. You'll see. I'll show it's 32 gig. It's the same one. I do not have any other iPhone 4s at the moment. My friend lost her phone, so she's borrowing mine. There we go. We're getting our iOS 5 boot logo there, which looks a lot nicer than the new one, just to be honest, on the older phones. I like the way the new one looks on my phone because it's pretty high resolution, so it's pretty cool. So we got a cool little animation there. Slide to setup, English, Canada, Wi-Fi. Setup as new iPhone, you'll notice. Next. Skip this step. Skip. Well, you can sign into it if you want, I guess. I'm just going to skip it just to show you guys. Agree, agree. Don't send. Next. Start using iPhone. There you go. It's no longer iCloud locked. You can hop into settings here. Scroll down to iCloud. Where is it? There it is. Nothing there. However, if you restore it back to iOS 7, it will be back on iCloud locked. But yeah, so there you go. It's 32 gigabytes. And I'll just show you what happens. You can plug it into the computer and sync it. If you plug it into the computer when it's in recovery mode, or like trying to use it. Sorry about the noise. I'm just moving my mic because I'm not using my camera mic because it just doesn't sound all that great. Okay. So I still have my iTunes open, so we're gonna plug in the iPhone. Here, I'll just show you guys that this is the same iPhone plugged into the computer, and it wants us to restore it as a backup of a new iPhone, or I mean an old iPhone. Click next. Get started. There you go. It's ready to go. iOS 5.11. There you go. Everything is all the way it should be. 32 gigs. So that's how you remove an iCloud lock on an iPhone 4. I'm assuming it works with iOS 6 as well. It probably does. But yeah, it does require jailbreaking, and if we check on the phone here, at this time we do have Cydia there. Now, I did notice a little bug here, is if you go into Cydia and click upgrade all, I don't know if this is with all iPhones, but this happened with this iPhone, and it made me think it was broken for a couple hours, which is why I updated it to iOS 7, and I decided to do this video. Because you can, let's face it, you can get a lot more money for a phone that's not iCloud locked. and especially on an older version of iOS as well. So plus the phone runs very, very fast compared to on iOS 6, on iOS 5. So, but keep in mind, if you shut this phone off, you do have to go back into Redsn and click Just Boot Now, or Just Boot Tethered, and put it into DFU mode and select the iOS 5 thing again, or whichever version of iOS you decide to downgrade to. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That's how you downgrade. That's how you remove an iCloud lock from only iPhone 4. If I find out any other methods on how to remove other iCloud locks, I will try them. So yeah, I'm going to try this method on the 4S afterwards, after I make this video. I'm going to iCloud it. I mean, it's not iCloud locked, but I'll put it on my iCloud and I'll see what'll happen. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.